Brilliant. Now we're going to move on to the discussion of crypto. And for that, we're going to welcome to the stage Arad from CoinPoint Group.
Hey. Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming to listen to something very, very interesting. First of all, I would like to make a small correction because Owen Barber is actually around, but he's on a wheelchair after a snowboard accident. So I'm taking his place. My name is Eilon. I've been in iGaming for the past since 2003, which makes me a little bit old, and in blockchain specifically since 2012. So I've seen a few, and today I want to discuss something that is actually not very interesting, but I'm going to make it a little bit more interesting. And I have a surprise to everyone that is here and attending. So you better stick around because it will be worth it. Even you, feel free to join. It's fine. It's going to be interesting, I promise. So I'm going to talk about cryptocurrency, decentralized application, distributed ledger technology, and connection with iGaming. And let's get started. So this is a brief introduction about CoinPoint, which I basically represent today. CoinPoint has been in the blockchain space for almost 8 years. And we actually help with the consultation integration of blockchain technologies. And aside from all that, we do marketing, integration, and if you need any assistance in the blockchain space or looking for where to get started, so we are here for you. Let me start by introducing the topics that I'm going to talk about. So cryptocurrency payments in iGaming, what is decentralized applications, distributed ledger technology, and the connection of distributed ledger technology and iGaming. I'm going to talk about blockchain specifically for iGaming, and I'm going to predict the future. So stick around. Let's start with cryptocurrency payments in iGaming. So those of you who have tried or saw or experienced payments in cryptocurrency with cryptocurrency in gaming, so know that in order to transact in cryptocurrency, you have to be a technical person, you have to be a patient person, you have to already own cryptocurrency, and you have to like surprises. And you will see in a bit what I'm talking about. So this is basically the funnel of transacting with an iGaming brand. Basically, in order to make a deposit, you need to use this address over here, which is very user-friendly, as you can see. You can even memorize it if you like. Or you can even scan the QR code, which makes it a little bit more simple. But you need to basically send crypto to this address. So this is how it works. You go to your wallet, you type in the address that you want to make a deposit. Again, this is for any cryptocurrency, not necessarily Bitcoin. It can be any crypto. And then I said that you need to like surprises, right? So surprise, there is a fee. But what is the fee? Who knows? The fee changes based on the supply, based on the demand. Sometimes there is a lot of transactions on the blockchain, so the fee goes up. And then you might not have enough to make the transaction. So this is one of the issues with cryptocurrencies. And eventually, this is what happens, or this is what happens. After a few years of using cryptocurrency and seeing that things are not changing and becoming more user-friendly, so you start to lose hair. But here's something, and I said that there will be a surprise and good enough reason to stick around. So how many of you know this application? Handcash, how many of you have it? You have it? You know. OK. So I'm going to give you time during this presentation. It's a bit long, 30 minutes, so you have time. So download this application. It's available with the App Store and Google Play. This is not my application. I do not endorse, but this is actually, their motto is a wallet that you can recommend friends. If you download this application and you approach me at the end of this presentation, I will send you some Bitcoin to your wallet. So you should do it. Go to either Google App Store or App Store of Apple, download the Hand Cash application, and approach me after this presentation. I will send you some Bitcoin. Here's one happy customer, future happy customer. I will explain about this application in a bit because I believe that this is the future of gaming with blockchain, with cryptocurrency. So stay tuned. Again, Hand Cash. Search for it, download. Let's go. Free. I said it's going to be free, yeah. The cryptocurrency that you will get from me at the end of this presentation. So the disadvantages of using cryptocurrency with iGaming at the moment. Complicated, as I've shown you. It's not easy. You need to know how to use this address. If you make a mistake, of course, with using this address, you might lose your crypto. This is a one-way thing using cryptocurrency. It's slow. Sometimes you need to wait for confirmation. Sometimes, if you didn't input the right amount of fee, so your transaction might get stuck in the mempool, and it might take even a few days if there are a lot of transactions going on. And it's expensive. Again, not all the time, but at the peak, I can tell you that to send even $1 in Bitcoin in BTC back in the end of 2017, this guy doesn't want free Bitcoin. I don't understand these people. It would cost, to send $1, it would cost $40 to send one transaction at the peak. Not now, but at the peak. And it doesn't make any sense because one of the uses of cryptocurrency, only one, should be payments. And if the payments are not cheap, so nobody will use them, obviously. And of course, it's not common or popular due to all the reasons that are listed there, but it will get better. And some of the benefits of cryptocurrency in iGaming. So it can save on processing fees if you are using cryptocurrency, if you are using the right chain. It's available where it's not available, meaning that if payments is not available in a specific country, so cryptocurrency will always be available, but they will not go into dark or gray markets, just an FYI. It's traceable and trackable, so blockchain, the public blockchain is fully auditable, all the transactions are on-chain, everyone can see what's going on. It's private, but it's not anonymous. It's instant, but I said that it's not always instant because sometimes there are many transactions, as I mentioned, so your transaction can take some time. And there are no chargebacks, meaning that all transactions in crypto are one way, so once you send it, there is no way back. So this is an advantage for some, it's a disadvantage for some, but this is how cryptocurrency works, and we like it this way. Now let's talk about dApps. dApps is a very nice buzzword, but I'll explain that it's basically an application that runs on a blockchain. That's what it is. So one of the things about dApps that makes it very attractive for developers and also for the users is that they are open source, meaning that you can actually see the code, you can actually see that nobody's playing or modifying the code. It's basically more secured for that reason as well. It's decentralized, meaning that the database is not sitting only on one central database. So you have some sort of backup just in case. It's very stable. And sometimes, not all the time, it's incentive-based, meaning that it has its own token. So this basically gives a reason for developers to keep on going, and this gives a reason for the application to continue going, because people need to pay a certain fee in the tokens in order to get things going. And let's talk about why using dApps. So They are open source, transparency, as I mentioned before, decentralized, so basically it's fail-proof, unlike a gaming server that crashes and then the website is not available, the app is not available. So here it has some sort of redundancy, which is built in the blockchain technology. Censorship resistance due to the same reason, meaning that if one server gets blocked, so the others are still operating. And since it's decentralized, meaning that it's not owned by a certain entity, so it gives you a reason to trust the system. Unlike, for example, do I know that this brand or this game software is really giving me fair odds? Is it good? So here I can actually, if I'm technical, I can actually have a look at the code and see what's going on in the background. But not only gaming. I'm talking about gaming because this is a gaming conference, but it can basically be about just about anything, even a wallet that you are using. So now DLT, another very nice buzzword that blockchain brought with it. So it's basically a distributed ledger technology. So to put it plain, it's a private blockchain. That's what it is. And if you don't know what blockchain is by now, so it's basically a ledger that you can store things on it. You can store information, you can store transactions, you can store pictures, you can store whatever you want on it. So a DLT is the same, just private. So it's a database that is distributed between various nodes. Nodes are computers, servers. So it can be private, and this gives a basic advantage that you can actually control it better rather than a public blockchain that you have to make all the changes and make them consistent, make the consensus between all the miners to make the changes. So here you have full control, so it's a little bit better. And here is the DLT for iGaming. So some of the features that it can give for iGaming. So limits the access to the data because, again, it's not public, it's private, so only the applications that are using it have the access to it, not unlike a public blockchain that everyone has the access to it. No free Bitcoin for you, guys. I'm sorry. But if you come later, I will give you. Don't worry. I have it here on my phone. Secured and encrypted on the highest level because it's private, even though the public blockchain is also secured. You need to know how to work with it, of course. Fast and immediate, so it's also scalable. It's all on the same topic because when the smaller the blockchain, the more control you have over it, the more options you have to actually upgrade and make the changes and add servers and remove servers and control the transactions that are going on. So you don't have to have all the transactions in the world going on to the same blockchain. You have only the specific transactions that the dApps that are using. So this is one of the features of DLT. And immutable data, just like any other blockchain, it stays forever as long as the blockchain exists. So the data exists as well. And it's free. It doesn't require any token economy. So it's basically a server, some sort of server farm that is distributed, and you can have the information distributed, the same information in various places. So what are we basically trying to solve with dApps and DLT and iGaming, for iGaming? So decentralization, so fail-proof, not necessarily, because it's a private blockchain. So let's say I have an application that I want to build. So I create the ecosystem around this application. I build a server here and a server there for it to be decentralized. And all of my servers, I run out of money or whatever, so the servers go down or there is not enough incentive in this ecosystem, so it disappears. Privacy, yes, it gives you the same privacy that the public blockchain would give you in terms of transactions. Speed and scalability. Again, not necessarily. I can tell you endless stories about private blockchains or DLTs that were becoming a bit more popular. So they got clogged as well, just like the EOS or the Ethereum blockchain. So it's not necessarily more scalable than a public blockchain. Fairness. So it's open source. You can see what's going on within the app. So obviously, this is a check. And payments, so yes, but, and I mentioned a few cryptocurrencies that are popular these days, especially Dogecoin. Dogecoin is very, very popular, but don't take my word for it. I would invest in Dogecoin. I would buy tons of them. This is not an investment advice, by the way. Be responsible. I'm joking, by the way. No, this is not a recommendation. So many cryptocurrencies, so many payment options for people. So if you actually want to use cryptocurrency, and the website that you want is using a private blockchain with a cryptocurrency that you have never heard about, like WTF coin, let's put it so. You need to buy WTF coin, and where do I buy WTF coin, and how do I sell WTF coin, and you know all that. So this brings me to, do we really need more tokens? I mean, I have right now in this wallet, I have 3 currencies and a key to one of the houses nearby. But anyway, I have 3 currencies. I have US dollar, I have euro, and I have Philippine peso, because I live there. So do we really need more tokens? Do we really need more currencies? And do we really need more blockchain, more ledgers? So this is a good example that you can see here about different electric sockets for different countries. So I come to the UK, I need to adjust my electricity in order to use it. Otherwise, not mentioning about if you go to the US and different voltage and so on. So, and here's something very interesting, by the way, because you notice that the Japanese one looks a little bit like this emoji. Just FYI, it looks surprised. Electricity. So the blockchain wheel was actually already invented. So you don't really need distributed ledgers. You don't really need a private blockchain for it to work, because you have a public blockchain that can scale, that can work properly. All the transactions can be on one blockchain instead of building inventing the wheel over and over again and creating the ecosystem. The ecosystem exists. Let's talk about scalability and speed. So existing blockchain technologies do not scale. So let's talk about Ethereum. Let's talk about EOS. These chains are clogged. If you want to make a transaction, unless you pay a very high fee, the transaction will not go through. And this doesn't make any sense. But is it really? Maybe there is a blockchain that actually scales and you can actually get your transaction to go through. Stability. So let's say that you are a developer. You develop an app. And then they tell you, in 1 month, we will have this whatever upgrade that will take the blockchain and give it increased scalability and more speed and more security and so on. But listen, once I will do this, once I will get this upgrade on the road, so your app will not be compatible anymore. So imagine that you develop an app for iOS, for Apple, for example, and then Apple comes one day and say, okay, your app will not work after this upgrade on our phone. So good luck with that. So developers need stability, users need stability. So we don't need these forks, we don't need these chains, we don't need these limits. We need stability. I want to know that I'm creating an app that will work and last in the long term. And a token ecosystem. So if you use an existing token, so basically the owners of an app, the owners of a new token cannot benefit from the new ecosystem. I'm talking about all these ICOs, all these STOs, all these IEOs, all these RWNMs, which is run with the money, which is basically summarizing all these scams. So we don't need all that, because there is one blockchain that can do it all. But before I explain about this blockchain, I want everyone to know that there is a lot of disagreement and a lot of personal discussions and lots of fake news in the ecosystem. Obviously, people with interest, people have, they call it bags of a specific cryptocurrency. So obviously, they have the interest to keep that cryptocurrency as the main focus, and they don't want other cryptocurrencies to catch the attention and have investors running out. So I'm going to focus on the technology. I don't care about any token, any coin, or any Doge coins that I mentioned before. Buy, buy, buy. It's a good advice. I'm going to talk about the Bitcoin SV blockchain, but I'm going to talk about the blockchain, not about the coin. The coin is not interesting. The technology is interesting here. And Bitcoin SV just underwent its last upgrade, last final upgrade that basically returns it into Genesis, into the same version as it was supposed to be in the original Satoshi Nakamoto white paper. Who is Satoshi Nakamoto? I don't care. It doesn't matter. The technology is there. The technology, the blockchain is very scalable. Let's talk about this as the last upgrade that is going to take place. So there will be no major upgrades except for any security patches that needs to take place. But this gives you the stability that everyone needs in this ecosystem to be confident enough that everything that you develop and everything that you release into the market will remain working, active, and have place in this world. And Bitcoin SV at the moment is the only blockchain that scales, that actually can contain more transactions per second than any other blockchain. And it will scale unlimited, meaning that as long as the technology is there, so there will be more room for more server power, for miners to process large blocks. I'm talking about terabyte blocks. Right now it can process a few hundreds of megabytes, up to gigabytes in the testnet, but it will process terabytes. Just in comparison, the current BTC blockchain can process only 1 megabyte of transactions, of data. So this is a completely different league. Locking the protocol, which is what they did back in February, will basically ensure stability. As I mentioned before, nobody wants to develop an app that will change over time, that the blockchain, that the platform that is working on will change over time. They want stability. They want to ensure that the app will last, will survive for the long term. And using one scalable blockchain will eliminate the use in all these other tokens that I mentioned about. Why do I need to carry 3 currencies in my wallet if I can carry only one? One that works well everywhere that I go. So obviously a stable protocol will attract the enterprise users, will bring more transactions. The blockchain will become more secure as a result of that. The ecosystem works. The ecosystem that was brought in the original white paper of Satoshi Nakamoto actually gives enough incentive for all the players in the market, for the miners, for the users to use the blockchain. And this basically brings everything together and gives one blockchain that can do everything, not only financial transactions, not only moving tokens around, but also storing data unlimitedly on one blockchain. I'm talking about things that can replace cloud hosting and can replace basically any other storage infrastructure that currently exists, with enough incentive for all the system to operate, meaning that you will not actually have to pay, like, let's say, $99 a month for a Dropbox premium account to store 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte. Actually changed the plans now of information. But you can do it on the blockchain, paying the fee that the minimal fee that you will need to pay, and that's it. For all the newcomers that are joining us or have joined us, so I recommended as a surprise, I'm talking to you guys, to download an app called Handcash, and I'm going to give you free Bitcoins. Just look in the App Store, Handcash. So let's move on. iGaming and blockchain. I'm going to show you an example of iGaming, how it works with the blockchain currently. But let's analyze how the different actors in this market, including the advertisers here at the top, the operators, including the players, how they react to iGaming and blockchain. So the players, payments, deposit, and withdrawals with no limitations, instant, transparent. The transactions are on the blockchain. No more wire transfer that you need to guess when it will arrive. The transactions are instant. They are on the blockchain forever, so you can actually audit the transactions. It's also good for financials. And of course, as I said, transparent, so there is no limit whether, regardless of the country that you reside in, you can use blockchain, you can use crypto. Gameplay, so cryptocurrency introduced a new term which is called Provably Fair. Provably Fair game is basically a game that you can actually check, verify the transactions in the backend. After the game, you can actually check the hash of the game. It's technical, I will not go into it, I will show an example in a bit. But this basically gives you an opportunity to actually verify that the operator is not playing with the RNG, is not playing with the gameplay. So it gives you transparency about the games, the brands that you are playing with, and this is definitely the future. Immutable records of the games. All the games are on the blockchain, all the data on the blockchain, all the payments on the blockchain. The blockchain is forever, so it won't change. So basically, let's say that I press the button on a slot machine anywhere in the world, and I think I won something, but I don't remember. Yeah, I can go back and check it on the blockchain. KYC, again, blockchain is regulatory friendly, unlike what many think that it's being used only for crime and drugs and so on. Blockchain is actually fully transparent, fully auditable. Every transaction that you make, even if you buy drugs, even if you buy a gun, it stays on the blockchain. The only thing that you need to find out is who are on the other sides, on the two sides of the transaction, who is the sender and who is the receiver. And this can be found out, that there is no anonymity in blockchain. There is privacy, but there is no anonymity. So KYC on the blockchain is the future. One place that you can actually do your KYC, upload your documents, and so on, and everyone will use it. So imagine a service that I want to play, for example, in all slots casino, and I have my KYC on the blockchain, and they are connected to it. So I sign up with all slots, and then I click a button, that's it, KYC is done, thank you very much. My KYC was verified, it's on the blockchain, everyone can see it, every operator can see it that signs up with the future. Of course, it's encrypted, don't worry, your documents are not going to be leaked anywhere, but this is the future. And seamless experience, which is basically one wallet that is connected to all the services. So imagine the same all slots. I'm sorry about the advertisements here. I'm not promoting all slots, it's just stated there on the sign. So imagine that I have an app, let's say hand cash app, and then I want to play all slots. So I click a button, that's it. I'm in the all slots casino app, and I can play right away. Why? Because all slots is connected to the KYC, so I'm allowed to play already. I have funds on my wallet, so it's connected seamlessly. So I can already start playing. I have my balance there in all slots casino. That's it, let's play. Simple. And privacy. It gives the players privacy, meaning that nobody has to know, not my neighbor that takes out my credit card statement in the mail. Sorry, credit card is not allowed in betting in the UK anymore, so it takes my debit card statements from the mail, sorry. Ah, really? Ah, so I need to hurry up. So anyway, it's private. Nobody knows who you are unless they actually investigate. So here's a short video. Here is a short video that will show you how blockchain can be used with gaming. So this shows how I place a bet directly from my wallet in the gaming app. The bet was placed. You see someone just bet on blue. Now we are waiting for the game to start. This transaction is on the blockchain. You can press and verify. The game starts. Come on, we don't have time. You said 5 minutes. Go, go. Go, go, go. And the winner is turtles. They swim slowly, you know. Blue. Blue is the winner. Immediate win. Here it is in my wallet. This is called the money button wallet. The money is in the wallet immediately. The transaction is on the blockchain. You can verify. You can see all the transaction. Everything is immediate, instant. The fees are minimal. You cannot even accumulate a cent with many transactions of a fee. So this is how it works. This is basically the way that transaction works on the blockchain. Provably Fair, so the same platform. This game is called the Peer Game. They offer a few games on the blockchain. So you have the Provably Fair concept that you can actually verify the transaction. Again, I will not go into technical details. It will take me time, and then there will be no lunch today. So anyway, you can read about it. It's Provably Fair. The operators, the benefit for the operators, so payments, deposit, and withdrawals, no limitation, instant, transparent. You don't need to wait for withdrawal processing time, 24 to 48 hours. This is a joke. Instant, immediate. I want to cash out. Money is in my account within seconds. Gameplay, provably fair, verified gameplay. It adds trust. One-time KYC on the blockchain, less hassle. Seamless experience, as I discussed, all slots. I click to play. I already in the game. You are missing out on free bitcoins. The guy with the bag, I'm sorry that I mentioned lunch, really. Security. Big gaming enterprise can save a lot if they switch to a blockchain, to enterprise blockchain for storage. Again, this is the future. The hosting costs, the operational costs will be decreased significantly in the near future. Advertisers and affiliates. We are in an affiliate conference, so payments, deposit, withdrawals, no limitation, instant, transparent. You don't have to wait until the end of the month. You can have instant, immediate payments using smart contracts. Advertising on the blockchain, immutable data stats. This is the future, no cookies and so on. Everything is transparent. You can actually control the traffic. You can actually control the player funnel from the beginning until the end. New funnel of marketing for affiliates. Yeah, let's advertise blockchain games for players. Let's educate the market. Let's teach them how to buy crypto. Let's teach them how to make a deposit into crypto. And with hand cash that we will soon see, it's very, very simple. Blockchain-based affiliate programs. So again, as I mentioned, it brings the power back to the affiliate. You don't need to guess. No cookie games, no shaving affiliates. You know, so everything is fully transparent and logged on the blockchain. Regulators. So as I mentioned, blockchain is regulatory friendly. Unlike using it for drugs and stuff, everything is trackable, audited, monitored. Everyone can use it. Everyone can follow whatever goes on in the blockchain. It enables privacy, but not anonymity. So basically, anyone that wants to use it and show the regulators, look, this is the transaction that we had. We need to pay taxes. Even the reporting, the taxation can be automated on the blockchain using smart contracts. Meaning, I made a certain amount of NGR, GGR, whatever at the end of the month. The payment goes to the tax office immediately, instantly, without any involvement, automatically. Now let's talk about the challenges a bit. So adoption, it's not easy, especially since it's still complicated to use cryptocurrency and the blockchain technology. So there are technical barriers, regulation in different countries because regulators don't know how to eat this strange animal, that is called don't eat animal. This strange cucumber that is called the blockchain. So it's difficult to digest. And of course, user interface still not friendly, but there are apps that are changing the game. Here is my prediction for iGaming and blockchain. So in the next 10 years, both online and land-based operators are going to move to the blockchain for all type of transactions, storing transactions, making transactions, and so on. Provably Fair will become a standard, meaning that nobody will play a game that is not provably fair, that you cannot actually verify the fairness of the game. KYC will be done on-chain. Game feed, game data, game transactions, payments, and so on, all will be on-chain. So here are a few quick examples, quick crypto kitties. Anyone that has been in the crypto space for some time heard about these kitty games that you can buy and adopt and so on that clog the Ethereum blockchain. So this is an example of a decentralized app. Another one is Crypto Fights. Crypto Fights, it's an esport game that is going to go live soon. It's actually in a public beta version right now. So this is going to work on the BSV blockchain and going to go live within the next few months. And finally, Need to catch my breath. So, Handcash. Who download the Handcash over here? Handcash app. So approach me after I finish in a few seconds. Handcash. This is basically the interface. You need to register like your own handle, like you see $sign and Jeff. So this makes payments very, very simple. You don't have to use these very long addresses and so on. You just send crypto to a handle. This simplifies, this makes it easy. The payments are instant. The fees are practically no fees. And Handcash is going to do exactly what I mentioned with the KYC and all slots, that everything will be inside the app. You have one wallet. You can do with this wallet directly from the wallet. No need to download any other stuff. You have your crypto with you with the value of the money in the currency that you choose, and you can go and do and actually use it, use cryptocurrency. This is what it was used for, not for hodling, but for usage. And this is the future of iGaming. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, so feel free to ask. If you don't have any questions, so approach me now and you will get some free crypto.